Hi, my name's Kimberly Lockwood. I'm here to help you test prep for the Praxis. We're on 5047, the middle school ELA exam. Let's go. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at a quiz on literary elements and devices. Okay, literary elements and devices are things that authors use to give intrigue and interest to their works. So let's start here with this first question. What is an example of explicit meaning in text? And I'll read through the answers and then we'll go through each one. A, the woman walked into the store proudly and looked the clerk in the eye. B, Johnny ran quickly up the stairs when his mother asked him to wash the dishes. C, lawyers dress in business clothes. D, the soccer team bit their nails as they waited for the outcome of the game. So when we're talking about explicit meaning in text, we're talking about directly stating something. Okay. The opposite would be implicit meaning, where you're trying to look for interpretation within the sentence. Now, explicit, directly stated, straight up. Okay. So as we go through the sentences, the woman walked into the store proudly and looked the clerk in the eye. There's kind of a story behind this sentence. It's not directly stated why she's proud, or how she looks in the clerk, or why she looks the clerk in the eye. Is it something that happened to her that day? Did she get a new job? There's not really a distinct story that we can see just as the sentence is written. And next, we have Johnny ran up the stairs quickly when his mother asked him to wash the dishes. So in this case, Johnny's running up the stairs quickly, just at the same time mom is asking him to do the dishes. It makes me think that Johnny's running up the stairs quickly because he doesn't want to do the chore. But it doesn't explicitly say that. You have to infer from the sentence that is given. And finally next we have lawyers dress in business clothes. So no room for interpretation here. Lawyers dress in business clothes. Traditionally, explicit meanings are succinct, to the point, and short. Not always, but generally. And finally, the soccer team bit their nails as they waited for the outcome of the game. So it doesn't say that the soccer team is anxious or nervous, but it's implying that they feel that way because of the biting of the nails and the waiting, anxiously for the outcome of the game. So we're going to go with C on this one for explicit meaning. For number two, we have what could a literary symbol of a sunrise mean? And we have A, sadness, B, death, C, loneliness, and D, birth. Okay, so a literary symbol is when you have something that's present in nature, or like they're saying here, like a birth, death, things that happen in life, themes that the author uses as a symbol of something else, making you kind of think beyond what the symbol itself is stated as. So when I think of sunrise, I think of beginning, I think of the start of something. And when I think of sadness, I think of probably clouds, gray clouds gathering together, but not a sunrise. So we're going to take out sadness. Next, we have B, death. Definitely don't think sunrise is associated with death, so we're going to get rid of that one. Loneliness, maybe, but that's a stretch. I would say loneliness is depicted maybe by a lone figure in a vast landscape. That would be more representative. And finally, we have birth, which is our answer because sunrise, beginning of things, and the start of something, birth. Okay. Next, we have number three. What describes a third person omniscient point of view? And we'll talk about point of view in just a second and kind of list the other ones. So we have A, the narrator has unlimited knowledges of thoughts and feelings of a character. B, the narrator tells the story from their own perspective. C, the narrator uses pronouns such as you and your. D, the narrator acts as a detached observer. So I'm going to go straight to B, where it says the narrator tells the story from their own perspective. And I'm going to eliminate it because from one's own perspective uses pronouns like I and me in the story. I went to the store. My mom and I, da 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 da. you're going to come with me, that kind of thing. So we're going to X out B because the question asks for a third person. Okay. I'm also going to get rid of C, the you and your here, because again, that's not third person, that's second person, where you use you and your as your pronouns. So we're between the first answer choice and the second answer choice. And here we have two types of third person. The first is omniscient. It means that the narrator has unlimited knowledge of thoughts, actions, and feelings of all characters. Conversely, D, where it says the narrator acts as a detached observer, the narrator is telling the story from their own perspective outside of the story. Does not know doesn't have knowledge of the character's thoughts, actions, and feelings. So for omniscient, we're going to go with A, unlimited knowledge. For number four, we have alliteration. So a literary device. Define the literary device alliteration. A, reference to a well-known event or literature in the past. B, repetition of a consonant at the beginning of a group of words. C, animals having human-like characteristics. And D, sharp contrast between how events unfold compared to how they are expected to turn out. So literary devices again add interest and intrigue to sentences, to stories. So the reader has something different to read and to draw from rather than like a dry writing that sounds very monotone. So for A, the reference to a well-known event or literature in the past, this is an A literary device, is the one that starts with an A, but it's allusion. So in general, allusions refer to historical events like the Bible or Greek mythology. It's common, for example, like a Greek mythological character like Achilles always had a weakness, and that's why they call weaknesses now um, like the Achilles heel. And an example would be chocolate is my Achilles heel, it's my weakness. So we're referring to something in the past, but making it very current. So it's not A. Let's look at B. Repetition of a consonant at the beginning of a group of words. So look at the word alliteration. It has the word iteration in it, meaning repeating. So seeing that word repetition right here, consonant at the beginning of group of words, makes me think of this old kind of, it might be a nursery rhyme, I'm not sure, but it's Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. That p, 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 the letter P at the beginning of every word. Alliteration just kind of sticks out and kind of slaps you in the face and says, like, pay attention to me. And it can sound cute. It could, it even can sound a little bit of an annoying in the middle of a story, but it definitely gets your attention. So mission accomplished. Next, we have animals have human-like characteristics. For this one, this is personification. This is where we give animals, human-like qualities like the ability to speak, to feel the way that humans do. And another instance of personification could be where we give um, unhuman things, like let's say the sun, human-like qualities. So the sun kissed the sky. Literally, suns don't kiss, so we're giving them that human quality. And finally, the D, sharp contrast between how events unfold compared to how they are expected to turn out. When I see that word sharp, unfold, and expected, um, I think irony right away because irony is things are seemingly going along well, kind of as as expected as far as a story or a plot, how it's unfolding, and then there's a twist somewhere in the story, maybe at the end. And it's ironic because it's kind of different. It goes in stark contrast to your expectations. And finally, we have the gray clouds replace the sunshine as a sign of things to come, is an example of A, satire, B, simile, C, foreshadowing, and D, epigraph. So gray clouds, sign of things to come. We have satire, which is generally something you see in like political cartoons where the author is poking fun at someone or something at the other person's expense. So it can be kind of fun, but in a tricky way. So that's not what's going on here. Simile are one of the more well-known literary devices. It's comparing two unlike things using like or as. Like, for example, she is a cheetah. She is not literally a cheetah. It just means that girl is fast. Foreshadowing, that's what's going on here because that word sign of things to come, that phrase makes me think fore meaning before, shadow meaning like casting a light on what might happen, gray clouds being replaced by sunshine. It's something's about to happen. Okay, something is coming to be that they're giving you a little hint before. That's foreshadowing. And finally, epigraph. An epigraph is like an inscription at the beginning of the work, something where the author leaves like a quote or dedicates the work to somebody else that motivated them. That's an epigraph. So we went over this quiz. Again, it's for Praxis 5047, the middle school ELA exam, and we looked at literary elements and devices. Thanks for joining me.